Hey everyone, welcome back to Faraday Research. It is Saturday night and it is 1:11 a.m. in the morning, and it's just kind of cleaned up now. I had coils, the wires were breaking on them, driving me absolutely mad. So tonight was coil winding night. I actually got a previous video I've done where I actually show you how to build one of these coil winding machines. I'll just kind of go over it real quick with you. So pretty much everything here you can get on Amazon. I got a foot controller so I can shut the thing off as I'm doing the winding. I bought threaded rod. I got this motor on Amazon. They're like 30 bucks. And I just coupled it together with a piece of rubber tubing and then put clamps on either end. Makes a great coupling between the threaded rod and the motor shaft. So that worked out really good. And I also got a timing mechanism so I can actually count how many windings. So I can count my windings. This was about 20 bucks, I believe, on Amazon. And there's proximity sensor. It's got a little magnet on the back there, which I can put on the shaft. Every time it makes one revolution, it counts one time. So yeah, that worked really good. But I don't really go by windings, I go by mass. So yeah, this is the rig. I got the PWM there. It can handle about 30 amps. So it's more than enough power to run the coil winding machine. So it made a very, very tedious, sometimes pain in the ass job really easy now, and I was able to produce 5 coils tonight within about an hour. Yeah, about an hour and change. I got 5 coils done. So we'll take a look at those. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, bottom right hand corner. If you like the video so far, give me a thumbs up. As you know, the big problem with these coils is, when you work with them a lot, these wires get really flimsy and then they break off. Well, that's what happened. So I got really PO'd and decided, you know what, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to do it right. Next video, I'm going to show you the mod that I'm going to do to this so you don't have to worry about these wires ever breaking off again. It's really easy. Anybody can do it, and it'll save you a lot of heartache down the road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the mass of all these coils. This one's the heaviest, and then it just kind of goes down. The only difference about this one on the end is I made this bifilar, which I have not tested in the Adams motor yet. So yeah, so let's measure them. I got my little scale here. I can barely read the damn thing. My eyes are going. I'm like 50 years old next year, and when you get to this age, your eyes start going. So I got to set up in grams. I know how to convert grams to pounds. So the first one here, the heaviest one, we have 623 grams. So that is about, 454 grams is 1 pound. We got 623, so it's about a pound and a half. Let's say pound and a half, give or take. Second one we got here is 477.8 grams. That's just over 1 pound. 454 grams is 1 pound. And the next one we got here is 205 grams, so it's just under a quarter of a pound. And this one here is 172 grams, so that's like a third of a pound. 170 grams, yeah, about a third of a pound. And then we got the bifilar, which is very close to this one. It's about 137.7 grams. So yeah, I got something to work with now, so I can start doing my testing. I'll just do one by one, just go through all the tests with it, see what kind of performance, what kind of efficiency, power output, how much flyback I'm getting from the circuit. I'll do it with the piezos, or without the piezos first, and then with the piezos hooked up to it afterwards, and start making some kind of a comparison what's going on. But my hunch is the heavier the coil, like this one here, will perform the best and have the highest output, highest RPM, and highest everything. That's what I predict, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that. But you have to test. You have to try things out. You kind of have to not rule anything out. You got to be a little bit more methodical. Like, I've been working on this Adams motor for 4 pushing 5 years, so I've been working on this thing for quite some time. And the biggest discovery I ever made was adding the piezos to the circuit, and I just did that a year ago. So I was, basically getting nowhere fast for about 3 years or 4 years until I made that discovery last year. So yeah, sometimes it takes time to develop something or stumble on something that's going to take you to the next level in its development. So yeah, any questions, comments below. Also in the description, I got my PayPal donate. I got my Patreon. I got a few more Patreons signed up. So thanks everyone for signing up and making your donations. Welcome to the Patreon. I'm going to be doing, somebody asked me to do a circuit diagram. So I'm going to be working on that. That's going to be posted in Patreon and Patreon only. So you'll get extra little perks. All my designs, all my thoughts, everything is in Patreon. All my drawings, all my engineered drawings, stuff like that. Anything to get more into the real detailed stuff of how I'm doing stuff is in the Patreon. So if you really want to know the stuff, get into the Patreon. You won't regret it, because there is stuff in there that people just don't get. And I hear it day in and day out. I get comments, and the people are just like way off. They're not even in the ballpark, what I'm trying to accomplish here. They still think I'm trying to power a system directly by using the motor. Time and time again, I have to explain that the Adams motor is a charging median for like a solar bank, that you would have a bank of batteries, an inverter, and the Adams motor would be the power source. Instead of using solar panels, you would use the pulse motor to regenerate the power for the batteries for the inverter that runs your house. That's what this is for. It does not run power directly for lighting and your utilities directly. It does not do that. And people still ask me the same damn question all the time. So I feel like a broken record. So that's why I say, become a Patreon. Get in there. You'll see my engineering drawings. You'll see my ideas. And, you'll understand what I'm about and what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm not perfect. I'm not right on everything. I do, when people give me intelligent conversation, I will reply. If it's just like, hey man, that was cool, and okay, you'll get a thumbs up, and that's about it. You're not going to get like a detailed comment on, just stuff that really has no meaning behind it other than just making a comment. So I'm not gonna waste my time with that stuff. If you give me a good comment, and I've had a few good comments in the last 24 hours, they were great. I was happy to make an educated guess, or try to figure out exactly what is going on with the piezos and what's happening in the coil. I'll get into that later down the road as well. So anyways, yeah, that's about it. It was coil winding night. I'm telling you, spend the time, make a coil winder. It will save you a ton of time. And I'm telling you, your coil's going to turn out way better. Like, this thing turned out great. I wrapped it with electrical tape just to hold everything in place. But yeah, like, man, it really turned out good. I'm very happy of, the result I got, just by using the winding machine. Wow. Oh, I wish I had this thing 3 years ago. So, yeah, anyways, that's about it. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see everybody in the next video.